And for all you motherfuckers who saying, oh, look at you hating, my nigga, the man was on, bro, for all the dogs, this man had freaking hairpins in his head. I don't give a fuck what anybody wants to say, bro. I understand, like, oh, you're being ageist. You're trying to say that you're trying to put an age on having fun, bro. At a certain age, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that you get too old to be doing shit like this. I'm a put it on a screen somewhere. But you get a little too old to be doing shit like this. You feel me? Like, am I not being real? Y'all motherfuckers say I'm hating, bro. I think I'm just speaking real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking that truth. Like, stop fucking playing with me. Niggas pushing 40 and this is what he on. Granted, he hasn't been on that as of late. But how much longer is it gonna be till we see some dub lips, bro? We all know Drizzy. How much longer is it gonna be till we see this shit? That's all I'm saying. This is what I'm calling out. This is not me hating. I'm just calling out particular patterns. That's all it is. You know what they say, a hit dog is always gonna holler. Always.
I don't do no clout chase, but you is a disgrace. I do it my own way, my own way. JG got the flavors, we say fuck the haters. We just get this paper, then they see you later.
Drake, hip hop's fakest gangster. Video by my boy Lil Wasta. Now, a lot of you Drake, you Drake stans out there, y'all have had it from me in the comments lately. Yo, I want y'all to know, I am not a Drake hater. As much as it might seem like the contrary, I'm not a Drake hater, fam. I think Drake's been my #1 artist for like the last 6 or 7 years in a row. Like, I'm not a hater. I'm just calling it like I see it, bro. Like, dude's been moving mad weird. He's been moving mad corny, you know? I feel like he's going through his own, like, Will Smith phase, if you so please. You feel me? Y'all can let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments. But anyway, without further ado, I think it's time for us to, you know, just hop into it, you know? I should probably put some proof. Maybe I should throw in my Spotify raps, just so y'all know I'm not lying. Because, like, why would I lie? Like, no bullshit. Like, yo, my nigga. Yo, what the fuck? Why would I lie? You feel me? Why would I lie? Anyway, y'all been here before. Y'all know me. Gotta hit you with the 1.3. Niggas talk too slow for my speed. But without further ado, let's get right into it.
Drake is one of the most intriguing artists out there, and that's mostly because he's full of contradiction. On one track, he's a smooth-talking ladies man who wants you to be valued and respected. The next, he's claiming a girl who allegedly rejected him is a 10 on mute, and claiming he's a lesbian in one of the worst bars of the past 10 years. On other occasions, Drake claims he's the...
Yo. It feels like I'm bi because you're one of the... Like... Feels like I'm bi because you're one of the guys. All jokes aside, I'm pretty sure it's something along those lines. It was just on the screen, bro. That bar, every time it comes on, I always go, ugh, like, bro, you couldn't think of anything else to say right there. You know, y'all might think I'm a hater, but like for real, bro, it's like it's shit like that. It's like, like you couldn't, nothing else. Nothing else? It feels like I'm bi because you're one of the guys.
Man, before delving into the sorrow and loneliness he feels. But while these are all just artistic complexities, the one thing that everyone has truly struggled to reconcile is when Drake attempts to behave in a way that would suggest he has some real gang ties or did dirt in the streets. While some people don't seem to mind it, there are plenty of people who like Drake for the melodies rather than when he acts tough. So why is it that Drake is never permitted to posture in the way that other rappers do on their tracks? And is there any way for this guy to ever be taken seriously in this light, no matter how many apparently active street dudes enter his orbit?
The guys at our school, instead of addressing people like a group, saying like, what are you guys doing? say man's like you. It's a really
Yeah.
Yo, so man's like you are going to that, and then this means like a group.
Crew.
Interesting.
It's not. It's really ignorant.
Oh, rude.
Interesting.
Boy Luesta, this is why Drake
Interesting.
is hip-hop's fakest gangster. But first, a little history lesson. For those who remember the origins of Drake's career, you'll know that tough talk wasn't much of a factor on projects like Room for Improvement or So Far Gone. In truth, the harder edge to his lyrics
the
recently
golden
commenced on
era
tracks
of
from his
Drake,
sophomore
bro.
album, where he claimed that "you gonna make someone around me catch a body like that," leading to no end of confusion for those who had witnessed his rise as a rapper fusing R&B into his sound and broadly making music for pop audiences. And at first, it seemed like a potentially catastrophic decision.
I mean, listen, I think Drake can rap. He's a dope rapper. But I hate when he sings. And I just think, personally, he's a corny guy. Like, he's just a corny dude. In that new Headlines video, he looks extra corny. It's like, Drake, why are you thugging now? Why are you dressed all in black? Why you got on black gloves? Why you got a whole bunch of dudes around you dressed in black? And then he's singing in Headlines about catching bodies. You're gonna make me catch a body like that? You're gonna make somebody around me catch a body like that? And, don't do it, because when he go to jail, we all go through it. And, Drizzy gonna pay it. What do you mean pay? What, you gonna pay the bail? You gonna pay for the hit? Like, that's not you, Drake.
Especially since Drake's crew at the time was mostly made up of guys like his producer 40, OVO Ryan, and Future the Prince, which are all creative minds, not street guys.
Nobody really that I've ever considered a true friend has switched up. But these, these fly-by-night people that you just come across, they're all not to be trusted.
And in a genre where authenticity is, or at least used to be, of pivotal importance, trying to portray himself as something he wasn't was a very, very big gamble. But since then, we've had everything from Drake rocking ski masks as though he's immediately about to do a drill, to lyrics like, "I should probably be in there with thugging them," as well as spitting lyrics like, "The weapons we got is some terrorist shit. Like TV producers, we airing this shit." At every turn, people have struggled to buy it. And recently, his tough guy image has reared its head once more on the rollout of What Did I Miss?
Bro,
Whether it's
listen,
the 100 guns in the music video.
Listen, I cannot lie to you, bro. And Drake saying, y'all can let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. It's a little bit hard to buy somebody's tough guy act. It's a little bit hard to buy somebody's gangster when the nigga's getting injections into his ass. I don't even know where are they getting the fat from? Cause a BBL, right? They take the fat from other parts. I imagine, like the stomach fat. Maybe they take some fat from under your arms. You know what I'm saying? I imagine they take the fat and put it in these bitches' asses, right? So when it came to Drake, did they take the fat from his stomach and put it in his stomach? Like, how did he? I'm curious now. Now I want to know. How did they do it? How did they do it? Drake, you gotta let us know. Because we know it ain't natural. At this point, the cat's out the bag. You gotta let us know, bro. Like, how the fuck did he do it? No bullshit.
Or his verbal spat with a passerby during a stream where the Toronto Hoodman's cosplay came out in full effect.
So what then, big dog? Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now. We'll fold that up right now. Blessings.
And considering that he's now fully immersed in the accent that he once mocked in front of some upper-class individuals, it's fair to say that, as always, most people are not buying it.
The whole try to sound tough thing from Drake just never works. The whole idea we about to fuck somebody up. The we of it all fucks.
But that's what tough guys in Toronto sound like.
We'll fold that up right now.
By now, it's fair to say that this response to his latest attempt at adopting a hardened exterior is generally how people perceive the threat, or lack thereof, when it comes to Drake. But there are rare instances that people have suggested he's not the one to be trifled with.
I'm scared of Drake.
You scared of Drake?
Certain people gotta be scared of Drake. He's not a fighter. He's not a fighter. He's powerful. He gotta be dangerous in some shape or form, fashion.
But when we're talking about him being a fearsome individual, it isn't this guy they're afraid of.
Roach brought me the hat that I need for the stream right here. This is my alter ego. I need the Max Wayne. And,
Yo.
Wayne is my favorite person to work with though, because it's just
Not the Photoshop nails.
Instead, it's his ever-expanding entourage that's
I
the
mean,
problem, because these days, it's less geeky guys from the Toronto suburbs.
In these people's defense, right? Drake don't make it hard for them to Drake doesn't make it hard for the people who already don't like him to make him look bad. He already does a pretty good job of that on his own. You feel me? So, yeah, there's that.
More experts from the trenches, and at times, there has been reason to believe that they've acted like his personal militia. When it comes down to it, the reason
And
why
for all you motherfuckers who saying, oh, look at you hating, my nigga. The man was on, bro. For all the dogs, this man had freaking hairpins in his head. I don't give a fuck what anybody wants to say, bro. I understand, oh, you're being ageist. you're trying to say that you're trying to put an age on having fun, bro. At a certain age, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that you get too old to be doing shit like this. I'm a put it on a screen somewhere. But you get a little too old to be doing shit like this. You feel me? Like, am I not being real? Y'all motherfuckers say I'm hating, bro. I think I'm just speaking real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking that truth. Like, stop fucking playing with me. Niggas pushing 40, and this is what he on. Granted, he hasn't been on that as of late. But how much longer is it gonna be till we see some W's, bro? We all know Drizzy. How much longer is it gonna be till we see this shit? That's all I'm saying. This is what I'm calling out. This is not me hating. I'm just calling out particular patterns. That's all it is. You know what they say, a hit dog is always gonna holler. Always.
To crash out is that for a lot of these guys, Drizzy is their ultimate meal ticket. Some of Drake's people only eat because he feeds them. He's the reason they've got clothes, a car, and a roof over their head. And whether they admit it or not, they'd crash out for him in a heartbeat. By acting as their benefactor, Drake has instilled a will in these individuals around him that they'll remain loyal to him because when it comes down to it, he can change their life in an instant with one Cash App transaction. Always by his side yet invisible when he decides they need to be, the people that are essentially seen online as Drake and OVO's goons always have his back. But there are some people who feel that out of all of hip-hop, they are the least intimidating team imaginable. Drake got the worst shooters, man. All fucking dorks. LMAO. Although he hasn't always been around, one of the louder enforcers in Drake's circle these days is Canadian rapper Top 5. As a member of the Go Get 'Em Gang or GGG, Top 5 was co-signed by Drake and even got a shout out on Grammys off Views with his track Shirt Off. But despite the recognition, Top 5 stayed active in the streets alongside his brother. And after his brother was killed, he and the GGG crew.
And to you motherfuckers who be fucking talking about, hey, pause the video. Yo, you're watching me react to this shit, nigga. If you want to watch the video, you can go watch the video. You feel me? That's what I fucking thought.
Vowed revenge. Top 5 even went on Instagram more than once, saying he'd personally pull the trigger on whoever was responsible. Top 5 later talked about getting revenge for his brother on social media, and not long after, he was arrested for the January 2021 murder of 20-year-old Hashim Omar Hashi. According to police, Hashi, who was just a second-year accounting student, was killed in a case of mistaken identity, believed to be the man who killed Top 5's brother. And cops arrested Top 5 2 weeks later for his suspected involvement in the crime. He had a whole host of illicit substances on him, including heroin and fentanyl. Despite the prosecutor's reservations about releasing him because he was a flight risk, they were proved right, cutting off the ankle bracelet and fleeing to California before getting apprehended at a Burger King. Eventually, he was released after 3 years and cleared on all charges.
How are you doing?
An innocent man just came home, right?
Toronto rapper Top 5, whose real name is Hassan Ali, leaves court after spending 3 years in custody in connection with the killing of a 20-year-old man in January 2021.
I feel like a baseball player, superstar, you know what I mean?
The case against Ali collapsed after the judge excluded evidence the Crown called crucial. That included music videos and social media posts. His defense lawyer argues prosecutors attempted to use his music against him.
What's your plan now?
I'm gonna bring every community together, stop the violence. Positivity.
Stop the violence. Oh, yo, stop the... Yeah, my fucking ass, bitch.
Paying his lawyer, securing him the legal services of Toronto's biggest lawyer in Gary Grill. At first, Top 5 said he wanted to focus on peace, but the second that the Drake versus Kendrick beef kicked off, that all flew out the window. He quickly took Drizzy's side, and even joked that the two of them would watch the Not Like Us music video together and figure out who needed to be dealt with.
I'm gonna sit down with you guys and we're gonna play Not Like Us, and I'm gonna spot every nigga in the video, including DeMar DeRozan.
Yo, what's up with DeMar? What's up with DeMar was mad?
He's bold. They traded him. Whack. Whack. Nothing. Bold, man. Nothing.
From there, he acted as if he banned Lamar from Canada as a whole.
Let me tell you something. Kendrick Lamar can't come to Toronto. I'm here.
All right, we'll see.
Where others sat back, Top 5 took the flag and even acted like he'd kill Hida J3, citing his previously dismissed charge as the reason why he would escape any kind of legal drama stemming from it.
Oh, J3. J3? I'm gonna give him a fade. But I'm gonna done him. I'm gonna done him. I'm gonna tell him, yo, let's do the fade. And when he comes, boom, and do my word, I'm gonna done the guy. Yeah? The guy's talking sick. I just beat about him.
However, if Kendrick was supposed to be afraid of going to Canada, he clearly didn't get the memo, as shortly after, he announced shows in Top 5's city. Still, Top 5 showed that he would single-handedly bring a halt to the June 12th show of the GNX tour, and for a little while, he had some people fooled enough to be adamant on high alert.
Do you think that Kendrick could come to Toronto and do a big show without any problem?
I don't know, man.
You know how connected Drake is in Toronto as far as with government officials and who else?
Top 5 and all these niggas, you got wild niggas in Canada.
I need daddy. You in Canada.
I ain't gonna lie. Maybe it's just ignorance. I am 22. But hearing a bunch of niggas talk about, oh, Drake got connections, he got political ties, My nigga. Y'all really thought that that was gonna stop Kendrick from coming in there and doing his tour, bro? Like, really? Who is Drake? The Prime Minister? Last I checked, he's just another citizen, bro. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, bro. I feel like all this glaze gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta put a cap to there has to be a limit to the level of glaze we do for these fucking artists, bro. Because at the end of the day, they're just people, my nigga. Of course, everybody, you know, different positions of power. I know, like, you know, different positions, you got different power, different, you know, luxuries, you know, afforded to you. But still, it's like, these are still people at the end of the day, bro. It'd be one thing if he was actually the fucking prime minister. Okay, maybe he'd actually have the fucking pull to get that done. You know what I'm saying? But he's just a fucking guy. You feel me? He's just a guy. That's all I'm saying.
Kendrick.
Niggas are tweaking.
Like I say it again, Canada's not sweet.
You really think that Kendrick Lamar's both happening in Toronto?
Yeah, apparently he got two of them there.
That shit's gonna be canceled.
I don't know if Kendrick is booking the show at the Scotiabank Arena and people not showing up to just boo him. Can't even trust people at the airport. Who can you really trust in Toronto? I think everybody that goes to a Kendrick show in Toronto is going there strictly to try to ruin his show.
Every chance he got, Top 5 swore up and down that Kendrick wasn't gonna make it out of Canada alive.
Sound good.
So it's real life, it's not just music.
Hey, damn right, why do you think everything's a joke? We're serious motherfucking guys.
But it seemed that his street cred doesn't cross state lines because people,
you know, ain't it true that they say the more somebody talks, the less you gotta worry about them or something like it's something like that, bro. I don't know. I know it's something like that. It's probably not how it goes, but it's something along those lines. It's like you don't gotta worry about the motherfucker who's always talking about what he say he's gonna do, bro. Especially if he never does what he says he's gonna do, bro. You feel me? It's the motherfuckers who never say shit but always getting shit done. Those the motherfuckers you gotta watch out for, bro. All this, oh, Kendrick's not gonna do this, Kendrick's not gonna do that, it's like, bro, like, okay. If anything, I feel like it makes a nigga want to try you even more. Like, word? I'm not? Bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about?
On the West, like WAC 100, and TDE affiliates like Smack insisted there was nothing to worry about.
Dude is nobody. Dude, come on, we watched the same dude get mushed in the face and kicked in the ass. Oh, I was only 19. I don't know where y'all come from, bro. We off the porch at 12, right? We ain't going for that. What you mean you was only 19 when you got mushed in the face and kicked in the ass? Well, how are you supposed to be when you got the heart of a man not allow that to happen? So, you know, dude just do a lot of talking. Little dude, 140 pounds, do a lot of talking. Ain't nobody worried about dude.
It's beef with top 5 from Toronto. Yeah, top 5. They're going to class whenever they meet up.
His daughters, all
no bullshit though, bruh.
He threatened us. It's all off the tables now. Yeah. It's off the tables. He threatened us. Fuck your whole family. I hope they send it to you. Everybody go tag him in it. You pussy, B.
And for the most part, the public agreed. I'm from Toronto and think Top 5 is a goofball. Nobody finna touch Kenny. Besides all the tough talk, footage of him wearing a bra didn't exactly help his reputation.
Bro, it's always it's always the toughest niggas, bro. It's always the toughest niggas, bro, who have some shit like this just waiting to be leaked to the internet, bro. Damn, it's always something. It's always something that's gonna stain their reputation, bro. It's always something they got in the vault. Damn.
Videos of him getting utterly punked by others in the city he allegedly runs.
I'm gonna try my best to chill on the pause. How much longer we got left? Sheesh! Alright. We gonna chill. We gonna chill.
Right now, sorry, top 5. I don't go fucking the fuck you talk to. You think I like you Drake ass? Get the fuck off the street, you bum ass. Look at we're flip flops looking motherfucker. Stuff you right now.
Try my best.
When Kendrick finally pulled up to Canada, Top 5 put on a whole performance, trying to force his way into the hotel like he was really about that life.
Lock off every door in the Noble Hotel. Not even cut everything off. Man bought everything. He's a bitch.
And, of course, had an altercation online with Heda J3, where he declared that I convinced Crody the police. Ultimately, Dot played the show with no issue whatsoever, and for a little while, Top 5 disappeared back into relative irrelevancy. But this was about to come to an end when he accompanied Drake to London for his residency at the Wireless Festival there. From the moment they arrived in the English capital, Top 5 was doing his utmost to let the UK know that he intended to be the man on their streets.
London streets, nigga. London streets, nigga. GGG.
But all he was about to learn was that he wasn't untouchable in the way that he had previously previously claimed.
There's no killers in the UK. There's like serious guys. They're not gonna come kill us.
No.
They're not gonna come kill us. But say, if you can even show your address.
Just hours after these comments were made, he got stabbed, essentially making this meme a reality. And after acting out the way that he didn't get any sympathy. He got clowned hard. Is he stupid? He's talking about killers with guns in a country where guns are completely banned. It's a different breed and mindset. Top 5 met the roadman out in London. In the wake of the assault and Top 5's hospitalization, the whole thing was subject to a police investigation.
If you was in your car yesterday, yeah, and you pulled up to the party where Top 5 got stabbed, you're getting T-packed. Trust me, they said they want to know who stabbed Top 5. They need to find out.
And this only led to further speculation that he cooperated with cops, with the UK rapper Ratlin labeling him a police boy. But above all, he should learn a lesson that when he's in an unfamiliar place, it's perhaps wise to not act like he owns the place.
When you come to the UK, when you come to London, when you come to Birmingham,
Talk about fuck around and find out, nigga. What the fuck? I didn't even know this happened.
Manchester, when you're in different areas in London, foreigners.
That's why I was so, I'm like, huh?
Please take us very serious, bro.
Because by the sounds of it, he narrowly escaped with his life.
Now, Top 5 is good. He has like a big laceration. It was kind of deep. He lost a lot of blood. He went through surgery.
Oh, I do remember
that, but it's going to take a little while. I think he said it's like 17 inches, but you know. But I ain't gonna lie, for what it's worth, yes, somebody definitely went, you know, try to kill him, you know.
Try to Swiss cheese his ass.
Apparent Drake goons who have hindered his image more than they've helped it. And in the aftermath of the Kendrick Lamar beef, there are few people this applies to more than Baka Not Nice. A long-standing crew member, Baka and Drizzy have been rolling together since at least the More Life era, where Drizzy tapped into his gangster bag by spitting, "That's Baka. He's a no longer talker. Quick to let the tech slam. We don't need to hear about a next man. Utes talk down, they get ran down." In actual fact, he met Drake on the set of Preem's video for In My Hood, way back in 2010, gradually entering his inner circle since. And once Drake began to develop a harder persona, having someone who'd spent 8 years in the pen in his circle could only be a good thing. While for Baka, it gave him a chance at a music career, enabling him to join OVO. And since then, he's rode with him to the fullest, insisting that any disrespect wouldn't be tolerated.
You gotta understand something. If you're gonna disrespect my boss, my brother, my friend, or anybody on my team, I'm gonna feel offended. It would be weird if I did it. Those are my brothers. Those are the men that I eat with, break bread. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, of course I feel offended. But at the same time, I know that Drizzy Drake is a grown man and he can handle himself. If he needs me, he can call me.
He call, yeah.
But these days, you can't hear his name without hearing the words "weird case" immediately afterwards, courtesy of Kendrick alluding to his shady dealings with an ex that he pleaded guilty to. Later, Baka claimed that his boss told him not to respond while also insisting there was nothing to the allegations.
Sorry, it might not have been a call, it might have been a text message, but he messaged me, and he's like, I know what you're feeling, I know you as an individual, and I know how you get down, but I'm just letting you know, like, don't listen to the noise, because it's noise. If you go back and look at all these people that are saying things or having anything to say, they're not even actual real people, they're like bots. So like, don't let that shit bother you, bro. Like, you know what, like, I mean, it's not a good thing, but they're calling your name, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know, they're gonna get over this crap because they're gonna realize that it's crap, and then they're gonna go do their own research. And when you do your own research, you're gonna be like, wow, this guy made up a whole story about something that isn't even true, and it makes you look weird to me. I don't know.
It does.
But in all honesty, doing research is the last thing he should have asked anyone to do.
2014, Baka was arrested and charged with forcing a 22-year-old woman into prostitution and taking her money. In 2015, he pleaded guilty to assaulting a woman and unrelated weapons charge. He was sentenced to 6 months, but since he had already spent 10 months in custody, he was not required to serve any additional time. The woman actually refused to testify, which led to the charges of forcing her into prostitution and human trafficking to be dropped. The reason why I stuck is because it sounded good and it sounded funny and it sounded disrespectful. Baka got a weird case while I see around. He put a whole plan together to make a record to dismantle y'all. That's all it was about. It was about causing friction from within. Saying, have you ever thought OVO was working for me? You know what I'm saying? Even for the person who might have not been working for him at all. Y'all said y'all fed him information.
And if the goal was to divide and conquer as Wayno suggested, it definitely worked to an extent. Because these days, the guy who's supposed to be the big bad wolf in Drake's corner is getting clowned on every post that bears his name. And plus, they've only been pictured together sparingly since it all went down, with Baka not even making his way to London. With incidents like this mounting up, and his team struggling to retain any semblance of respect, he must be wondering who he can rely on. And if that's the case, he'll be happy to have Chubs. Unlike someone like Top 5, Chubs has been with him since the outset.
Preem had met Drake and introduced us to Drake. We didn't know him back then, so Preem was rapping and Drake was rapping. Drake was really good, you know? So when I first heard Drake, I was kind of like, you sure you want to embrace this like that? Because like, he's really good. But yeah, it's the best decision we ever made. When I first got on the road, it was security. He makes sure he's straight at all times. You know, we went to New York first. He shot the video for Best I Ever Had. He asked me to come to Miami. We went to Miami, and then he was just like, yo, why don't you just stay on the road? And that was like 14 years ago. I haven't come off the road yet.
The man who has acted as his head of security for years, Chubs is always by Drake's side. He was probably the one with him during the Punk'd episode where Drake got so scared that they didn't even air it because it was too embarrassing.
I think like one of my favorite ones is one that we did at the end. We punked Drake and we created an earthquake inside of a parking garage. Like, a lot of people didn't see it, but we legitimately like turned a parking garage into an earthquake zone. And he was in the car and we started like rattling the car and the whole garage. And he jumped in his buddy's lap and he's like literally, he's feet up. He like Canadian feedled up into his buddy's lab.
Nah, that's crazy. Yo, they got a clip of Drake doing the Myron in that bitch. That's crazy as fuck, yo. Ain't no fucking way.
Dude, what is this? Why do you have this?
It's a secret service, man. What the fuck? Yo,
why do you have this? Move this car.
Tase your wife. Tase your wife.
Did you just tase your wife?
Still, while women come and go, and even his relationship with his dad has become strained, Chubs has been a constant, saluting him as far back as the liner notes of Thank Me Later, all the way up to his henchman's 40th birthday party.
That's my dog right there. As a 38-year-old, I just want to say happy 40th.
Wait.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that why Ashton Kutcher caught a stray? Hold up. I'm pretty sure. Hold up. Drake Amen lyrics. Spit more than your father ever spit. Spit more than your baby father did. You my baby, so I gotta put you in the crib. Say ain't never where Ashton Kutcher live. I just do what that part shoulda did. That's why Ashton Kutcher got a stray. I'm dead. Oh, Schleeka. Hold on. Oh, man, that's crazy, cuz. I never knew that's why he caught that stray. It even says it on Genius, cuz. Oh, man. Hey, that's how you, bro, any Drake fan who just watched me make that connection in real fucking time, that's how you know I'm not a fucking hater, nigga. Ain't no Drake hater gonna make that connection, nigga. Stop fucking playing with me, nigga. Off my fucking dick, meat muncher. The fuck?
Listen. We're all one family. We celebrate together, you know what I'm saying? Highs and lows. We celebrate the lows too, by the way. That's my recommendation to you. Sometimes you gotta celebrate the lows too.
And by all accounts, if there's anyone who's truly put himself on the line and took penitentiary chances for Drake, it's him. For one thing, he apparently put his hands on producer Detail during a dispute about whether or not he wanted to work on Drizzy's album, and apparently got his face broken in the process. I'll beat all your asses, including your bitches. Chubs was going to say them at the beat. I will hit you again. Do you think
what the fuck? I'll beat all your asses, including your bitches. Yo, that's crazy as fuck.
Drake is soft? You think Drake's a punk? Afterwards, Detail says he was so badly hurt that he couldn't work for a year. He asked Drake repeatedly, and in vain, to cover his medical expenses. This sort of sentiment would be echoed by someone like Mo G, a Toronto artist who was shouted out on the track Summer 16, before filing a file to OVO after claiming he wasn't properly compensated for his work on Drizzy's tracks. Left angered by it all, he took his grievances to the internet.
Have you ever heard the history of hip-hop? A man gives away his creativity and helps make Billboard hits, but doesn't get paid $1 for it, won't credit for it. Here's stuff in the hood. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense, but exposing these niggas will make sense. Fuck you, bitch-ass niggas. Song. Oliver's a fucking snake-ass nigga, double-headed snake-ass nigga. Alright, just to let the world know, I never got paid no 12 grand. For the record, I'm not signed to OVO, and all my real fans have been rocking with me from day one. Check the history. I always delete all my posts, and I deleted it because I got bigger info coming to you right now.
And just days later, he was in the hospital after a beatdown from apparent Drake goons, most likely led by Chubs himself. Another man who can attest to Drake's goons getting active would be none other than Drake, who claims he was on the receiving end of a beating from security.
In the middle of the party, get off me.
About that shit, man. Fucking 5 years ago, this nigga never even fucking touched me, nigga. I pressed his ass. His fucking bodyguards, goddamn. I ain't gonna hold you. His bodyguards went to town on the kid. But his bodyguards ain't not his bitch ass. He ain't touched me. He's a bitch. You know that. You wanna have your guards. That's cool though. He ain't touched me though. And that shit from 5 years ago. Come on, nigga. Who else? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you keep bringing up? Why don't you bring out how you got smacked by a Diddy or some shit?
With Dram and everyone who's received a beating from the OVO team, all claiming that Drake himself wasn't actively involved, it paints a picture of a man who won't do his own dirty work. And when someone actually does press him face to face, he usually takes the L. Like back in 2014 at DJ Khaled's birthday party, where he and Diddy got into it over the 0 to 100 beat, and Drake definitely didn't come out on top.
I was laying in my bed and my phone kept ringing. Like, why my phone keep ringing at 4 o'clock in the morning? So I go to look at my phone, and it's my dude, like my dude. And they ain't, he ain't no just random guy in the club. This is somebody that everybody knows. He's like, boy, you wouldn't believe what happened. I'm like, what? Did he just slap Drake?
Slapped or punched?
I heard a slap. He's very happy that, you know, Diddy slapped Aubrey. That's just the bullshit.
Diddy slapped Aubrey.
Appreciates that. I actually sent Diddy an email and said, "You're my hero."
And while some might argue that Drake had to take it given Diddy's newly unveiled superhero status, it's important to remember that his friend J. Cole had thrown hands with Diddy a year later at a VMA's after party. With no verifiable evidence that Drake has ever been in a fight, he has instead built a crew which features affiliates of GGG Gang and Halal Gang, the former of which stole DJ Drama's chain after his apparent role in the Meek and Drake beef, before shouting out the Toronto Star in the process.
This what you fucking get for not checking in. Shout out boy Drizzy, eh? Triple G, rock slap.
Not the wires with the chain.
And there are his dealings with members of the Reps Up label, including G-Way or Galloway Boys gang members like Gilla and P. Rank. And of course, there's perhaps the biggest force field of all in J. Prince. In case you're not familiar, this Rap-A-Lot Records CEO has held sway over Houston for a long time. He has gone down in hip-hop history as an individual who can't be messed with. Just ask his former artist Yuckmouth about how he commands respect.
Jay is connected. Like you get him, you know what I mean, with the Chicago connection, you know what I mean, with the big homie in Chicago. I ain't gonna throw his name out there like that. He's connected with all the big homies. Jay is tapped in with too many real niggas. And too many motherfuckers love him and got respect for him to let anything go bad talking about him. Period. He got too much respect and love from everybody, and he fucks with everybody. So good luck getting away talking about that.
Over the years, since Drizzy's first hooked up with
what the
son,
fuck?
Prince,
Oh no! Oh shit! I'm gonna have to fix that in post. Fuck.
maintained that he would always have Drake's back. And when his beef with Kanye reached his height, people believed that he put the screws to Ye when he made him issue a public statement, which looked like a hostage situation.
I'm making this video to address the ongoing back and forth between myself and Drake. Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's time to put it to rest. I'm asking Drake on December 7th to join me on stage as a special guest to share the 2 biggest hours of the year, live in Los Angeles, with the ultimate purpose being to free Larry Hoover. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come together.
Immediately, people saw through the notion of this being organic.
But Drake just not saying a word told me all I needed to know about this appearance and what it is and what it meant, and hopefully none of us and none of y'all have to ever be in this type of predicament. Jay Prince is there with his hands folded, not even making sure that you reading the right shit off there. Ain't a worry in the world. You might as well go make some coffee.
He's the type of guy people say can ruin careers if he really wants to, which led to comments like, Jay Prince definitely typed the whole thing out. He looks like there's a gun pointed at him off camera. However, beyond the smokescreen that he's provided by all these people around him, Drake still can't seem to shake the image that he is soft, which has been following him around since the origins of his career. Not to mention that when he does try to assert himself, it's
even
only
to this day.
And if there's any reason why that is the case, it isn't down to any external factor. Instead, it is simply the doing of Drake himself. Because while some suggest that the belief that he's essentially a weakling comes from a broad generalization about Toronto, others feel like it's a direct byproduct of how he is as a guy.
It's because of how he portrays himself, bro.
And in the American arrogant ignorant mind, all of Canada is maple syrup and hockey. So when Drake raps about any testosterone or references anything street, it registers as pure fantasy and fraudulent because they can't fathom that Drake could possibly have an ounce of toughness or have any connection or relationship with anything or anybody street. I promise you, nobody is calling Drake soft because he's Canadian. They say he's soft because he was on Degrassi and how he carries himself, wearing bonnets, nail polish, and I'm a Drake fan. Given the perception that he is an actor playing a role, it explains why the use of hundreds of
It's very hard. I'm gonna make it very simple for you little niggas. For you little niggas in the comments section who like to say that we like to hate on Drake, we're not hating on Drake. We're just calling it like we see it. It's very hard to take a nigga like this seriously. Look at all the guns, right? But literally a year ago from, all right, let me not say a year ago from today. But let's say like literally beginning of last year, this nigga was on that fingernail painted shit, the bonnets in it. He was on all that shit. He was on all of that. He was on all that shit, man. And you mean to tell me this same nigga is the same nigga who got the mob ties, is the same nigga who was supposed to be scared of? This is the same guy? The nigga who's getting ab injections? This is the guy we're supposed to be scared of? We're not trying to tear him down as a person. We're just saying that the image he's trying to portray for the character he's trying to portray for us to believe that's him, it's not working. We ain't buying it. It's not sticking. It's not working. You need to fix it. If anything, you don't need to fix it. You know what he needs? This is what Drake really needs to do. Drake needs to be himself. He needs to give himself the permission to be himself. The nigga's 40 years old, pushing 40. And it seems like he still doesn't know who he is. The nigga's pushing 40 and it seems like he's still having a deep down identity crisis somewhere, bro. He's lost. And at this point, I don't know if he can be found. I don't know if he can be found. I don't.
Guns in the video for What Did I Miss seemed anything but
I
legitimate.
don't.
It even got heavily critiqued by people like Charlemagne, who just couldn't fathom how it seemed like a good idea.
So many people that you had to go at.
It's a cool record. I mean, Drake can rap, Drake can make music, we know that. But I mean, y'all don't think it's extremely corny for him to be in a video surrounded by guns?
No, absolutely it is.
Dead ass, bro.
I don't think that's extremely corny.
Yeah, the song honestly.
Y'all should have seen the way I reacted to that shit, bro. Y'all gotta go see that.
It don't.
It's a cool record.
Shoot your gun, nigga!
Okay, like a vibey single.
All them fucking guns!
Surrounded by guns. What is the point?
Shoot him!
You want to go to war because you lost a rap battle? This record would make a lot of sense if Drake hadn't said nothing for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Literally.
If he hadn't said a word, no lawsuits, no nothing, hadn't said nothing. He just came out, what did I miss? I didn't know what y'all was on. Like, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
But you in the video surrounded by a bunch of choppers. You're the Canadian chopper slinger now.
Because rather than altering the narrative around him, it brings to mind the bars of Euphoria where K-Dot spit that I hate when a rapper talk about guns, then somebody die and they turn into nuns, saying pray for my city, they faking for likes and digital hugs. After all, this is the same guy who once dedicated a verse on Snoop Lionn's No Guns Allowed to Cheyenne Charles and Joshua Yasay, two youths that died in Toronto, with bars like, news from back home, this is when it hurts to be gone. Two more young names to be carved out of stone. And you can bet that if Top 5 had lost his life, then he would have been directly online paying tribute to the man who was happy to act like Drake's enforcer.
No
Aside from corny
bullshit.
stunts like that, there is also the simple fact that he's been punked numerous times, including the incident where a friend of T.I.'s once peed on Drizzy's leg, and there was basically no repercussions.
I've heard about
Wildest
this
I've
story.
ever seen before in my life, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't had no malicious intent. Yeah, I shut it down. I don't want it to be weaponized against nobody. And when I said it right now, it wasn't the victimized cuz. It was like, yeah, that shit happened. And I was pissed off in my partner when it happened. I don't see how it could ever be taken as a, you know what I'm saying, like as a diss. I don't see how it could be. That would be someone allowing their emotions to manipulate them.
This leads to another K-Dot lyric that's aging like fine wine. Don't let another man pee on your leg, son. Either you die right there or shoot that man in the head, son. But these incidents don't just happen when he's away from his alleged empire of Toronto either. In 2009, he was robbed for $2,000 in cash, an Audemars Piguet watch, and a diamond chain Lil Wayne had gifted him outside of a restaurant in his native Toronto. I knew it was a setup because I had on a sweater and a jacket. Drake later said of the situation, but when they banged on the car window with a gun and opened the door, the first thing he said was, yo, run that chain. They didn't rob her, and her purse was sitting right there. So I was like, okay, you set the whole thing up. And to make matters worse, initial reports suggested he cooperated with the investigation, something which is rightly or wrongly a cardinal sin in hip-hop. Once again, this was alluded to by K-Dot on Euphoria with him spitting, I be a new ho king eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy, Crody. Even discounting incidents like this, his upbringing means that he doesn't have the temperament of even someone like K-Dot, who, while he has never claimed to be a gangbanger, is familiar with the codes and ethics just by the virtue of where he grew up. As a result, we get incidents such as the time where he apparently ran from the very sight of firearms on the set of the game's 100 video.
Like, what the f*** y'all talking about? The nigga ran from the video. We had to go get the nigga. We started moving location. He started seeing homies come out with sticks to go clear the next block. He jumped in his Escalade and ran. We had to go send niggas to chase him down and bring him back. So what are y'all talking about? You're super tough. Y'all talking about with Drake. I'm confused. In fact, the homie pulled up. Trader True pulled up by himself. Whack, where y'all at? What you doing? We got a video. Where you at? Bombed it.
I remember you.
Remember the address. Pulled up by a nigga, took a taxi over here. Clear.
But
How y'all
initially-
even relate? How y'all even trying to tie Drake to anything gangster or tough?
He's not gangster.
That ain't what he do.
Not at all.
And even he attempted to use Kendrick's lack of gang affiliation against him. Legends like Compton's MC8 inferred that someone like Toronto didn't have the authority to wade into these matters when he fundamentally doesn't understand.
Well, yeah, you actually commented because when Drake dropped Family Matters, he tried to sort of paint Kendrick as like a fake gangster, you know, who really represent, you know, YG, who really represent Chuck D. But you actually said that Drake is reaching. Kendrick never claimed to be a blood.
No, his representation, what it was. Everybody knew where he lived, where he grew up. That was basically what he wanted to portray to people. Like, I'm not all out just, you know, red ragged and, you know, khaki suits and, you know, tattoos of the neighborhood, but I grew up over here. I'm still gonna represent where I'm from, but I never, you know, came out, you know, like the homie YG or the homie Game, who openly told you, I'm affiliated with this section. Kendrick basically was just like, I grew up over here. I never went through the situations where I got put on or that type of thing, but when you grow up in the hood, you're still a part of the neighborhood, and so that's where he came from with it.
But it somehow goes even deeper than that. Because after suing UMG over the beef that he was once begging Kendrick to partake in, any notion that he would be a gangster, or would do anything more than shout out a man from a distance on a live stream, or mean mug DeMar DeRozan from the sidelines, just seems impossible.
I remember this.
Instead, he's doing his battles in the courtroom, with the news recently emerging that his lawyers are listing 63 potential witnesses in its initial disclosure filing regarding the rapper's defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group. And much to the dismay of he and his whole crew, is doing nothing to improve their reputation. Chubs still ain't crashed nothing, and oh boy, took a rap battle to the courts. Fake tough shit, and y'all still eat this shit up. Goofy. By all accounts, people really just want Drake to be himself, because when he tries to be something else, the results are cringeworthy at best, and genuinely unbearable to witness at their height. Despite how many real killers he may know, the fact remains that he isn't among them, and if anything, that's a good thing. So it's time to embrace the fact that he wasn't raised in that environment, and abandon the accent before it genuinely skews how people see him in a way that even more great music might not resolve as it once did.
W. Luesta video. All right. You know me, I gotta leave a like on the video. But that's pretty much it for the video. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think about that one. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe when I was younger, I did buy into the whole Drake's a tough guy persona, because, you know, it sound good. You know, it sound cool. Especially when you're like 13 in middle school. You're like, yeah, bro, this okay, looking for revenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sound good. So yeah, you cool. You a tough guy. Then you grow up and then you see the way that he acts in real life versus the way that he raps on his songs. Is like, it don't really add up. Or even worse, you get what we have today with, at least for me as a Drake fan, me personally, you get to the point where it's like, bro, we're getting the same songs from you over and over again, just different girls and different lyrics, bro. Like, are we gonna get anything new from you, bro? You know? At least that's the point I'm at with it. But yeah, the veil has been lifted, man. We see through the act now. We see Drake is not who he's portrayed himself to be, and it's kind of tough. I don't even know if Drake knows who he is anymore at this point. If he can even find himself anymore. But that's pretty much it. Yo, if you like the video, like the video. If you're new, please drop a sub. I hope if you made it all the way to the end, bro, stop calling me a fucking hater. And I gotta look directly in the camera when I say this. Yo, a lot of you motherfuckers that be calling me a hater, y'all be the fucking haters, okay? Damn. But like I was saying, drop that like, share the video with a friend, have your friend share the video with a friend, have that friend share a video with a friend, watch it with your family, watch it with your mom, your dad, watch it on your second account, your burner account. I need you all to drop a like, drop a sub, please. Drop a comment with what you think. That's pretty much it. It's been your boy Jay spreading his 2 cents. One video at a time. Until next time, I'm out. Looking for revenge. You feel me? Yo, fucking